Hey everybody, welcome back. Psych here. And today we are doing a theme coming back around to the top singles of all time, 5-star singles for me personally thread going on. I think we're at part 6 now? And so far, on Discogs, I've made a list so far. It's privatized at the moment. But I think I've added up towards 40 to 50 different singles on there. And yeah, we're just kind of slowly coasting through them. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to obtain all of these original singles, so I have reissues. Either they were comped or even album tracks, whereas I have the album, but not so much the single that came out later on. So how they become 5-star singles for me is just a variety of different ways. Either it could be just a one track, it could be A or B side that is a all-timer for me, and the B side maybe not so much. Or they could be a two-sided masterpiece that I love both sides equally. So it kind of fluctuates between those two ideas going on with this theme. And this first one, man, I'm so glad they reissued this a few years ago now, back in 22. Yeah, it's been that long already. It was put out through like Unique Records, but also licensed by Numero Group. And this is one such case. I was like, I gotta pre-order this as soon as I see it, and man, I'm so glad I caught on to this. Stone Axe, Slave of Fear, backed by Snakebite. And yeah, really great package here. Comes with a little lyric sheet and a little bit of info about the group. I don't know if it's going to focus, but you can pause and read if you'd like. And then the lyric sheet on the back. It's basically post-Josephus. The guys on Mainstream and the Dead Man fame. And this is their single. I think it came out in 71, shortly after Josephus departed. And they only pressed like 500 copies of this initially on a very small label. What's it called? Rampart Street Records. And then also included a single that's been comped as well, Doomsday by the Purple Sun. It's another scorcher. I mean, this is a two-sided monster, man. It's very much a heavy psych, hard rock direction, and you could also throw in proto-metal, proto-traditional doom metal kind of sounds. Sort of in the vein of, say, maybe Pentagram or, Lucifer's Friend, kind of coming in that direction a little bit. And man, this is a smoker. I mean, this thing cooks both sides. These guys are definitely being turned on and hip to Black Sabbath, because this is almost like, I mean, the track Slave of Fear sounds like one of the best songs Sabbath never wrote. And it's got some, kind of Ozzy-esque, sort of a drunken Ozzy kind of vocal approach. And just very moody, very depressed in the lyrics.
And I have as many ways to run away, but my greatest fear of all is one I can't understand. And with all my frightened running, I can't evade. I'm so afraid to be a slave.
You got this kind of like fuzz walk kind of sweeping into the mix, and then all of a sudden gets ramped up and really high energy, kind of hot, white knuckling, blasting hard rock, and it just rips, man. It has this kind of crazy solo, a little repetitive in some of those licks. Lasts for like 30 seconds or whatever, or at least it feels kind of long. And then just kind of concludes where it started from, and then you got Snakebite. And I think lyrically it's kind of hinting towards, heroin abuse is what I pick up on that. It's got these really crunchy guitar riffs, very biker rock, very Hell's Angels if they were to, be formed into a band. I also love how it's really replicated like the original label. Gives it that kind of nice touch to it. And yeah, as you can imagine, 500 copies with those kind of sounds. Good luck finding one. So I don't know if this has gone up in value or not, this reissue. I hadn't really checked before recording this, but this is a two-sided monster, and it's unfortunately we never got a LP out of these guys. During the Stone Axe era. I mean, can you imagine an LP's worth full of this kind of hot energy? It's almost too hot. It's a lot of hot wax. Yeah, check into it if you're unfamiliar. Stone Axe. Definitely the kind of stuff that you hear from nowadays, like from Ancient Greece records and kind of what Gearson's been pushing out lately. It's definitely in that same queue. So this is a single I do not own, but it was originally released on the Philips label. And I'm putting this together because this is the way I received it many years ago. This is Jason Crest. And initially I think this has like the image is supposed to be blown up, but the seller I got it from, he just gifted it to me like even before my vinyl community video days. This is a very early turn on for me with Jason Crest. He gave me this bootleg that came out in like the early 90s. These are basically just a bunch of singles all kind of lined up together. The sound quality is not that great on it, but it also kind of gives it that kind of lo-fi, Forever Amber, complex kind of aesthetic to it, which I like. But one of the better tracks on here that really got me into the band for sure is A Place in the Sun, is the single we're talking about.
A place in the sun would be so fine. A place in the sun to spend some time. If you mind.
Maybe someday I'll upgrade to the compilation from Gearson, which is also named under the same title, A Place in the Sun. Came out in like, I think 2021 around there. And it's got the same image. So yeah, Jason Crest. I think they formed out of the Kent area in the UK. Released a nice slew of different singles. And I remember their last one, I think it's Waterloo Road, which may have been like their most charting single. I don't really care for that one too much. But A Place in the Sun, very reminiscent of like what the Moody Blues were up to a little bit. Got a lot of harmonizing vocals, really nice creamy mellotron. And then, it's kind of mid-tempo throughout, and then it kind of ramps up in the middle section with some brass, but very tastefully done. And just kind of concludes on that same wavelength. Really nice, kind of Moody Blues-esque, very pastoral kind of sound. Almost like you're taking a trip through the magic forest. It's got a very ancient kind of sound to it, which I really like and appreciate coming from the British wave. And then it's backed by this kind of gothic, very gloomy Halloween psychedelic party track called Black Mass, which is just equally as good, but very different in tone, obviously, because it's got a lot of heavy gothic organ sounds. You got these backwards tape manipulations all throughout, these sort of Gregorian chants ending on, and it just takes you for a ride. Both just top tier tracks for me. And maybe some of the strongest tracks from the Jason Crest. Probably just as strong as their other singles, really. I mean, what's that song? Tea Garden Lane, Turquoise Tandem Cycle. These guys had that sound, man. If you love early Floyd or anything from the Psychedelic Snarl compilations, anything from those British comps, I mean, Jason Crest is really one to investigate. Definitely one of my favorites, and they definitely had the look as well with the whole paisley overcoats and just rocking that style really well. Early Floyd, we're going there. I don't think we've talked about them yet. So I do not own the single, but I do own the Tower LP, the Pink Floyd, as they were kind of coined sometimes. I think it's listed on the spine as the Pink Floyd, Piper at the Gates of Dawn. So believe it or not, this was actually a $10 pickup at the local record show years ago. Vinyl's a pretty nice shape. You know, cover could be better. I don't think they knew what they had. It's got a little name up there I tried getting out, but looks like it's been on there a long time. Didn't ruin it too bad, but for 10 bucks, and this is a striped tower. I get it here. And this one opens up with See Emily Play. You know, and while on the topic of Pink Floyd, I guess I could say that I am not really a fan of the track listing on this Tower LP. I definitely grew up with the UK track listing, which has much better flow. I mean, you start off with See Emily Play, and then you go into Pow R Tuck H. That's kind of strange to me. And you omit Astronomy Domain? No, that's just not right. But still happy to own this, you know, the US copy. I'd love to have like a Columbia, you know, even if it was a UK repress around the same time frame. Would like to pick up on one, but anyways, get to the point, Derek. So we're talking about the track, which I think is maybe Sid's best pop single, See Emily Play. Really love the music video to that one. Reeled me in right away at an early age when I first got turned on to them. I think it might have been the first Sid Floyd era track that I heard, and the rest is history, man. I mean, it's got these great little whimsical, it's got a whimsicalness, but it's also got this kind of hard rock drumming going on. Insane over-the-top feedback sort of solo in the middle, bringing it all back home. And I mean, does UK pop get any better than that? I mean, with Sid's very childlike, early childhood lyrics, with all this kind of whimsicalness and also rocking at the same time. I mean, it's an all-timer. Yeah, it's basically simple as that for me. And side 2 opens up with a Scarecrow. So that's actually the B-side on the Tower single of See Emily Play, the Scarecrow. Not as great as See Emily Play, obviously. I mean, it's a little more laid back, kind of stripped back, and I also love the music video to that as well, where they're out in the countryside, wielding the Scarecrow around. But I wouldn't say it's one of my more favorite tracks on the LP either. You know, it's kind of leading up to Bike. But yeah, this one doesn't feature Bike. Yeah. See, I'm so used to the UK track listing. This one always just throws me off. But yeah, Syd Barrett, had to throw a little bit of him in there. I mean, Apples and Oranges, Arnold Lane, Vegetable Man, they're all great. Well, Vegetable Man was never a single. As far as like a pop hit for the Pink Floyd around this time period, obviously See Emily Play just kind of knocks it out of the park for me. And just hits all those, just check marks all those pop moves that I look forward to and concerning British psychedelia. So then we're migrating back to the US. This is one where I have it on LP, and I think the single might have a different mix as well as maybe a shorter duration, obviously, because it's a single. I think the one track does, maybe not the A side. We're talking about Fluff. I hadn't shown this one in a while. This is one of my all-time favorite harder-edged pop psych kind of LPs from the Bosstown scene. And I've had this one for a long time as well. I do see this floating around a bit yet. Prices are kind of all over the map, but I still see it floating around in the region. The opening track, Dr. Mind. That's an all-timer for me. I love where the track goes. A lot like See Emily Play. It's very playful, whimsical, working on some vocal harmonies a little bit. Very colorful lyrics, as well as has this kind of playfulness to it. Like the lyrics, Dr. Mine, can you see me today? Gotta get some help right away. Answer to the bell, please wish me well. Tell me now it's gonna be all right. Yeah, it's a really hooky and catchy tune. Then the organ player on this, I believe it's this fella here. The nerd of the band. Actually, I did get in contact with him once before, and he's still with us in the New York region. What a hell of a great organ player, man. He is the shining star on this one. But the whole band works really well. They're not much of a rock group. I think there's like a couple moments they kind of rock out, and some fuzz solos happening here and there, but a lot of very fast, fidgety kind of farfisa organ work, and really takes the cake on that one. And Dr. Mind, I think, really elevates all those kind of catchy pop hooks, and I wouldn't have been surprised to see him on something like Dick Clark performing that track if they had gotten the right promotion. Didn't seem to really promote much, did they? So it was backed with the track Another Day, which is also pretty good. It's got this kind of like, I don't know, kind of military drum beat opening it up, and a lot of different progressive rhythmic changes happening. Maybe not as memorable or as catchy as, say, Dr. Mind, or as fun, but it still takes you places. This LP version's about clocking in almost 5 minutes, but the single version's cut down to like 2:50, I think it is. And I hadn't heard that mix in a while, but definitely doesn't beat the LP version. But this one's on the list for Dr. Mind, for sure. But this whole LP, man, it's just chock full of great poppy tracks. Elliptical Machine. Then you have this kind of lengthy track, Love Eyes. There's a version of it, Takes a Lot to Laugh, Takes a Train to Cry. Might be my least favorite on here. So yeah, really good LP. Very good, very strong US pop psych here going on. And I'll get a shot of the label here since we're talking about it. Fluff. I wish there was a little more photos of them back in their heyday. I think I've seen like a few different promotional photos of them, and one concert bill, they had like a photograph. Let's see if I can hunt that down and throw it in here somewhere. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed the list. Just another way to throw a video out and talk about, a little discussion about some singles. Let me know what you think, and we'll catch you down the road.